Hello and shut the fuck up. My name is Sergey. I'm a small smite YouTuber currently on this channel, and since my state is pretty bleak right now, maybe not there, but bleak for sure, amount of player base is not only growing but maybe actually declining, amount of viewers you can get from your YouTube channel or from somewhere else is also not growing but declining, and what is more important for me, amount of money you can put into your pockets as a result is also not only growing but declining. And since I love money and I'm a pretty greedy person, maybe it's about time to start something new. Or when it comes to me, something old. This is my Russian language Terraria channel. It's already more than 10 years old, and let's say that I have a certain amount of experience when it comes to Terraria. Maybe not now, since there's no more new content. Thank you very much. Not now, since there's no more content for at least 2 years, maybe actually 2.5 years. That's actually 2 more actually. Thank you very much. Language all sucks. My channel, my Russian language channel, is actually a pretty good example why it's maybe not the best idea to put all eggs into one basket. Because it's actually pretty good to have a classic education and a regular job. Because if your YouTube channel, Twitch channel is banned, or maybe you're getting in some controversial situations, maybe the game you're making content about is about to be closed, or you're just losing popularity, or your content sucks and nobody is watching you even more. I also have all of it. Not all of us, but the last one. So you need to have some money in your pockets, and a regular job sucks. It says 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4. That's it. It's pretty simple. It's not a rocket science. But you need to have some sort of, let's say, safe haven to go back to. Anyways, I have some amount of experience in Terraria. Have some, at least from my perspective, interesting things to show you. And I want money, basically. That's all. You're going back from your regular job, salary sucks, so it's pretty good to have a second way of income. This is my... Yeah, I'm switching to actual content, but from barking my tongue to an actual content. I know that my language skills suck, but again, I want money, and I'm lazy. I do not want to make subtitles, so watch it as it is, or close, and shut the fuck up, or goodbye. 566 hours, so around 1400 Terraria days, I suppose, around, since one Terraria day is 24 minutes. So 1 actual hour, real life hour, consists of 2.5 Terraria days. So almost 1,500 of Terraria days. 1,400, I suppose. This is an actual world. Thank you very much. Бесконечный Terraria, which can be translated as endless Terraria. This is the closest one, I suppose. Or Forever Terraria is just basically the home Terraria world. So the main idea is pretty simple. It's a world you're constantly returning to, building some farms, just huge farms without any actual reason to build it in a normal walkthrough, because there's no way you need such a big amount of resources. But when it comes to your flagship world, why not? Just for the collection, just for I want to build it, why not? If you want to give a huge amount of resources and maybe store them on item frames, such as huge jungle life fruit life. How it's called? I have 4,000 hours in Terraria life fruit, right? So huge farm of life fruits, and you just collecting them, put it all on item frames. There's a huge stand of only life fruits, like 1,000 or so, or even more. So this type of content is all about this. So a place you can return to just a few years after. As you can see, it's from 2021. So yeah, actually almost 4 years. I have no desire to make a full review of this world right now. I'm going to make it a little. I'm going to make it a little bit earlier. Instead of this, I want to make a bunch of videos, maybe about. Alright, let's start at least from this one. Maybe no viewers, no need to do it, minus motivation and so on. About the certain points of interest. And the first point of interest I want to show you is a metro system I have here. It's a large world, as you could see. And here it is. I have 2.5 lines of horizontal, an actual metro, and 5 vertical lines. So it's more as of lifts, or lifts, how it's called, shafts, right? Lifts, lift shafts. But as a whole, I call it the metro system. As you can see, it was pretty bit difficult to build, and not difficult from the point that you need a lot of IQ points or a lot of brain cells to build it, but it requires a certain amount of time to get all of the needed resources and to build all of this stuff. So, if to speak about a certain amount, alright, let's start from, we already got an overall view, but let's start from construction side itself. So the build schematic here is next. Left side, 3 lines of grey brick, grey brick stone. Right side, the same thing, 3 lines of grey brick stone. And 3 lines of empty space here. It's a rope. I painted it to make it look more as of a metal rope, alright? When I cannot remember a certain word, just use a similar construction. And every 5 blocks of empty space is surrounded by torches with glass, because there's a certain amount of light physics in Terraria, and if you have just stone blocks or brick stone blocks here, you get less amount of light than you can get with glass blocks here. So that's basically it. I have spent a certain amount of time here, as you can see. And here's a metro itself, horizontal lines, the same kind of logic. Grey brick stone, wall from grey brick stone, and it's basically from left side, from right side to left side. It's occasional rails, not some twisted ones just general ones. So I suppose nothing to explain here. Maybe you can take a right. Maybe it's a bad idea to take a right on this one, and I can just shut the fuck up and you can just watch, right? An actual bug here, I suppose. There are walls, but it just cannot be seen. Well, as far as I understand, there was no reason to change a minecart because the speed is the same. Or at least I think so. Yeah, supposed to shut the fuck up and let you see an actual size of all of its construction. Yeah, and if you have records of epilepsy, I should said it earlier, maybe you should close. Or maybe not watch at this particular moment, because a lot of blinks and so on, a lot of flashing lights. Really so fast. Ah! I got it. It's the line where there's actually only half is finished. Not the whole line. So vertical lines are not that fast for obvious reasons. For obvious reason, maybe there's some other ways to make the transportation process quicker. But again, I chose this one, this particular method. And again, you can pretty simply make the rope look like it's an actual lift shaft. This is my PC computer being noisy. And it's that noisy from the very start. When all coolers were very clean, no dust at all. It's all noisy since the very beginning, so I do not know how to fix it. It's not about dust, it's not about settings, or maybe actually about settings, but I tried to fix it by putting some limits on cooler activation temperatures. It just doesn't work. The same bug actually here on the left side. There is a brick stone wall, but it just you cannot see it. Work is still in progress. Yeah, a lot of interesting sites also here, such as this one. If you have a certain amount of hours played in Terraria, you understand what is this. Also some very big things here, 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 here. It's all banners. Usually you are not using a rage potion when you play in Terraria because there's no reason, but I'm using rage potions almost on a constant basis. For example, when I build in this metro system, I also can use rage potions. Because why? Obviously, you want to farm banners and make a huge collection of it. So you're spending a huge amount of time here, so why not to farm some banners? Actually, I have around 8,000 or maybe even more banners at the current moment. So about actual amount of blocks. This is an actual amount of blocks, or somewhere else near an actual amount of blocks. So if you take a look at the world sizes in blocks, this is a large world, 8,400, 2,400. So we have 2.5 horizontal lines, we have 5 vertical lines. So vertical lines are actually, as you can see, no. I thought I took the whole height and just multiplied by 0.5, but not. But no. You know what? It's actually, I suppose, at least 75%, right? So and this one is almost till the end. So this is alright. 450,000 maybe, or maybe 430,000, or maybe 430,000 stone blocks. So you take this one, multiply it by 2.5, because there's 2.5 horizontal lines. Then, as you can see, 3, all of this, if we take this stone block wall, maybe it's 5 here in the line. So alright, not 1.25 stone block, 1, right? So 3, 3, 1, 7, multiply by 7, then it's brick, right? So we multiply by 2 because we're speaking about stone blocks. And we are doing the same operation with vertical lines. So we take this, multiply by amount of lines, 7 blocks of bricks, and then multiply by 2 because we're speaking about stones. So it's about 450,000, and remember there's actually 1.25 multiplier, but I didn't use it, so maybe it's even a little bit more, or maybe something around this. So almost 500,000 of stone blocks, and it's obviously going to be even bigger because here 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5 additional vertical lines. For now I'm not planning to build any additional horizontal lines, do not see any clue in this. You know what? It's maybe clueless, but let's take a look. How it looks here on the surface. Pretty simple. Without any mouse. It's clear outside here. A lot of internal system actually is currently in the mouse. Maybe it looks more natural, right? Right. Maybe not. Maybe somebody thinks that it's not good, but to make it work, you should add some empty spaces here. And it's also not very natural when you have a lot of empty spaces here. So just flying or what? You have a flying metro system. So it's basically all what I can show you, I think nothing else. 5 blocks, again, this instrument was used on a constant basis, as you can see. During all the process, it's time consuming, but still, yeah, you can use pylons, you can use teleports, teleportation system, but as I already mentioned, this is a dream world, there's nothing to hurry for, there's not an actual clue, for example, to beat Moon Lord and close the world, or just beat all the bosses. You have Enter the Gungeon for it, you have Nuclear Throne and some other games. From my perspective, Terraria have a much more bigger opportunities. Wait a second. Really? Well, I didn't want to do it, but I just forgot to check it. It's going to destroy... Well, I can try to make it look good, but it's going to destroy a little bit Jungle Temple. So, I'm building it just to have it, why not? You can build it into your collection, you build it. That's all. Maybe the coolest part here is a junction itself. When vertical line meets a horizontal line. Maybe if we can do the same, this thing. I'm not sure if it's a better view to take a look with, maybe not the best view because you cannot see properly maybe some blocks and so on. So here it is. Almost 500,000 stone blocks. Yeah, and for this reason I have a certain amount of farm worlds. As you can see, Бесконечная Terraria, Бесконечная Terraria 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm farming a lot of sand. This is all small, not all of them, but 6 from 7 worlds have a small size. So it's much more comfortable to go to certain locations. Because I was farming dart traps from jungle temples to make clearance system for my life roots farm. My English sucks. I don't know how to say it. The system which clears the lines of your life fruit farm. Here it is, as you can see. Do you see this shade here? It's needed to be deleted for an obvious reason. Because it doesn't allow life fruits to grow. So you use it, use the leverage, and you clear it all. Just in 1 second. Or in a few seconds. We're speaking about this, all of this length. So, obviously, there was a need to clear several, maybe 5 jungle temples to get the needed amount of these dot traps. So this is why I have so many farming worlds. Have to go back. Here how it looks like. Stone farm, sand farm, sand farm, sand farm, dart trap farm. So very simple. And also I'm farming a certain amount of beehives in order to be able to get materials to farm bosses. And we're speaking about Queen of Bee because I have also this thing here. Well, I didn't want to speak about this. Why not? You know, I like to make collections. Yeah, I have a certain amount of collections here. You see golden statues, you need a certain amount of resources to craft a certain amount of things you can summon a boss with. And at a certain point I stopped opening treasure bags. What? And I just started collecting it. Here it is. And the same logic is with life fruits. Here's collection. I think it's around maybe 800 or so. It's not 1,000 maybe. Let me take a look. And no, it's not the biggest amount, 146. But there is already at least 200 as far as I remember. And 233, Queen of Bee, I think it's less. Well, it's actually even more. So, you got the main idea. So it's farming, collecting, farming, collecting, farming, collecting, and so on. Collecting, it's boss museums with every items here. Brief look, I suppose. Why not? So here it is. Very unique items. So as you can see, I'm trying to collect all of them, and one of these items is on a mannequin, the second one is on item frame. So basically that's all. Metro system. Another point, other points of interest, maybe in the future videos, maybe not, maybe will be. Goodbye.